everyone, thanks for stopping by. Today's layout process video is so loved, and it is a layout of my then 6-month-old Chihuahua Pomeranian. And this layout is for the From Your Scrap Bin collab. You can find the links to everyone else that's in the collabs, to their videos down below in the description box. And so I just wanted to take a moment to show you my way of organizing my scraps. And unfortunately, I have a lot of scraps and a lot more than what I want to keep. So I thought this collab would be great to get rid of or use up. And whatever I don't use up, by the time this collab is over, is going in the trash because there is just entirely too much. Way too much. Plus, this isn't, and these are the scraps that end up here after, for example, if I have I usually buy my collections, like in collections. So whenever I kill a kit or kill a collection, whatever is left over, you know, if I don't have any more embellishments or, you know, I'm down to the last chunks of paper, they end up in here. So there are also cardstock and other pieces of paper in here that like glitter papers and all kinds of stuff, everything that you can imagine there. I mean, I've had this pile for probably, I don't know, 6, 7, maybe 10 years. And I do use, like, especially the white and the black, I do use that a lot, especially like the white cardstocks, you know, for matting photos and things like that. So my container is from 5 and Below, and it was $5, and it's a decent size. I have a few of them. I have a couple of them. I'm not going to say few because that would be too many. Where I have my stamps sets in them as well. I'm hoping to stop by there this week to see if they have more, because I'd like to change out a few things in my craft room to clear. So it makes it so much easier to see what you have. So this is my scrap bin. So this layout came together from little pieces of scrap, and I'll show you my process now. Thanks for watching, and if you're a subscriber, again, thank you for subscribing to my channel. If you're not a subscriber, I'd love it if you'd click on the subscribe button. I will also ask if you can give me a thumbs up. That would help my video be shown to other people. As well as, if you want notifications, click on the bell and you will receive a notification when I have new content. Thanks so much, and here's the video. Okay, so let's get started. So these are the scraps that I picked. I didn't keep this in the video because obviously anyone can pick scraps. There was no rhyme or reason. I just looked for things of a certain size. I wanted a couple papers that I could use to back my photo, as well as different size strips to back my picture. And here I'm trying to figure out the placement. Do I want to, like, how much of a stripe or strip do I want to use? So I'm going with about, I would say that my strips are, let's see, approximately between 2 inches to about like 6 inches. And they vary. Some of them were already the size that I needed. Others were 12 inch long by, like they're the strips that go at the bottom of the page, the branding strips. Others were just random strips. So I just cut the ones that I wanted and cut them down to the size I needed. And I'm just placing them here, no rhyme or reason. Trying to go with colors that will look good. You saw me put a green one to the side. Like, that green was not the right tone. It was like more of a creamy colored paper. So definitely not using that. I liked adding the gold in because it gave it, some flashiness. And I'm just going to play around for a little bit as I organizing how I want to do it. At first I was just randomly throwing them on here, and then I realized that I wanted to do more of a graduated from small to bigger in the middle, and then going back down to smaller again towards the bottom of the page. I hope that makes sense, but you'll see me do it here. And you'll see that I'm tearing some of them I tear on both ends, some I just tear on one end, and I'm alternating where my tears are on which side of the paper they're going. So at first I started attaching, just putting a little bit of glue on the edges, because my original plan was to stitch from top to bottom right down the middle and use my sewing machine. And then I looked over at my sewing machine and there was so much stuff in front of it. I was like, yeah, I'm not moving all that for one stitch. So I quickly decided not to go that route. But that's why I'm only doing adhesive, if you notice, on the left and the right, and nothing in the middle, because I didn't want to gunk up my sewing needle. But like I said, it was a very quick thought that quickly went away when I realized I had to move stuff. So now I'm just going to continue attaching, and again, no rhyme or reason. I wanted to add this blue paper in, but I only had that one piece. So I ripped it in half, and then I added the torn part behind the paper in front of it, because I didn't want to show anything torn on the long side of the paper. I like this little typewriter piece, so I'm just going to add it there where that black and white paper was. It was like a wider one, so I thought it looked good there. So now I'm bring my picture over, and I thought I was going to put it there, but then I liked how it looked kind of off to the side. And here's where I'm going to start figuring out what papers I'm going to use to map my photo. And I kind of like the way this purple paper looked, but as you can tell, there were pieces missing off of it. I had punched stuff on it. So I'm just going to kind of piece together, see how I figure it out. And I think I didn't. I thought I left the strip on there, but I actually rip it off. And you can see me ripping some of the papers now so that the edges are torn. And I really, I've never really thought about using scraps for a full layout until I started this collab, and I am so glad that I'm using these scraps up, because I'm at that point where I'm ready to put them in a bag and toss them or put them in my recycling bin. So that is going to be my picture, and now I'm just going to start adhering my see, this is where I look over at my sewing machine and I'm like, yeah, not happening. So I start looking for something to put down the middle. And I have a drawer right next to me that has also all the leftover ephemera that somehow ended up in a, loose and now lives in my drawer. So you will see me get my ephemera for this layout from that drawer. So now I'm just going through my papers. I'm going to punch out a couple circles, as you can see here. And at first I don't even realize why I'm punching out circles, but you'll see why in a minute. Actually, that black one I don't think I even use, but the green and white one, I do like it there. I end up stamping my date on it, and then I pull out this paper, which I really liked. It's has like all the purples and greens. It has pink in it, which none of my papers really had pink in it, but I will add in some pink in my embellishments to tie it all in together. So this is this little scrap of paper is also for my scrap bin, and it has like words on it. So I cut out love you, adorable, sweetness. Those three came off of that paper, and I thought they were perfect because, you know, I do love her. She is adorable. And when she wants to be, she can be sweetness. So I'm going to glue down my circle, although I guess I cover it up because I don't think you even see it anywhere once I put my tags and stuff on it. And basically, you're going to see me throw on some different kinds of embellishments. I have a camera that I'm going to use, which is made out of chipboard that's been sitting around in my stash for a while. And as well as this fabric flower. Sorry about that. See, this is one of the boxes. I actually have multiple of like random stuff, and I wanted to use stuff out of this. I like the smile, but I felt it was too big. And then I was looking at this tag and I was like, yeah, no, not happening. So I kept going through it, and I did find that camera, but I don't end up using that camera. There's another camera that I have that I end up using. See, and I'm still trying to use that smile. I've had it for a long time. Yeah, so that isn't the camera that I use. There's literally 3 stickers on that, on this sticker sheet that I wanted to get rid of. So, but none of them end up on my page. Go figure. So this is the camera that I'm using, the one on in my right hand, and was stuck on a piece of wax paper. So I liked how it looked. The colors worked. And I also pulled out that sheet of gray sequins, and they have adhesive on the back. Wanted to use those up. I found some brads that had more or less the same color scheme, so I'll be using some of that, as well as some other pieces of chipboard. And you're going to see me put it all together. And to finish my layout, I end up doing my journaling and then adding some Heidi Swapp Color Shine to the page. Paint splatters. Had a moment. I couldn't think of what it was called, but this page is almost going to be done. I really appreciate you watching, and stay tuned for a new series that I will be having for Thursdays, starting this Thursday. And it's going to be loosely based around Best of Both Worlds that Chamel holds. And I will be using an older kit that I put together for my stash that I kind of found in my moving things around in my craft room. So look out for that. I'm looking forward to getting some of my older stuff used to make space for new stuff. I also noticed that my style is changing. So there's things that I bought, a few months ago that now I'm like, why'd I buy that? So definitely want to start using stuff up before I don't like it anymore. And this is a great way to get rid of some of this, things in my stash. Whenever this collab is over, the whole container is just, other than maybe the white and the black and a couple other of the, card stocks, they're going to end up in the trash because, like I said, I've had some of that paper for a very long time. I might even bring it up upstairs to my living room when I'm watching TV, and might thin out some of it too, because that's not the only bin. I have a couple bins. So I do want to, clean up a bit. I need to make more space. I'm trying to organize. I'm building new cabinets. So, there's a lot going on, and I want to have one of those nice crafty rooms that you actually want to be in. Because right now, it's a disaster. Tell me how your space is. Do you craft in your room? Do you have an actual room? Are you a kitchen scrapper? I started out as a kitchen scrapper, and then I was a corner of the bedroom scrapper. And then I was a corner of the living room scrapper. And then finally I got my own space. It took one of my kids moving out, but I did get one. And yeah, so I'm going to add some of these chipboard pieces. And also some wood veneers, as you can see me adding there. And basically, you're going to see that this is all going to come together pretty quick. That little drawer there is all my, not all of it, but a lot of my small ephemera. I apologize for the dogs again. Somebody must be walking their dog. I'd also love to hear about your scrap bin. Tell me about your scrap bin in the comments below. Do you have a scrap bin? Do you keep your scraps with their main collections? Like, I'm really interested. And how do you get rid of your scraps? Like, do you keep them for a while? You know, give me some ideas of what I can do with these things, because they are like out of control. So I'm going to use this sticker sheet for my title, and they had this little pinkish, peachish colored word, loved. It's more like an orange. And it worked really well with the camera and some of the other things that I used on the layout. And I'm going to look for a very small alphabet so I could put "So Loved" as my title. And yeah, that piece of sticker paper I've had for, I don't even know how I got it. So go figure. So here I'm just getting into the end of my layout. I'm just going to add some Heidi Swap Color Shine, do some ink splattering, as well as look for that word "so." And basically that's going to be the end of my video. I really appreciate you sticking by and coming by and watching my videos. And if you stick around to the end, you're going to see the close-ups of the layout, as well as links to other videos that might interest you. I hope you have a wonderful day. See you soon.